Hey, it's your boy Chango Smiles coming at you with another video. This one is Joey's Diaz Best Moments Ever Part 2. Now, those of you that are following me, that are subscribed to me, you'll know that just yesterday, I did part 1 and it was great. So I figured let's do part 2 because I really enjoyed it. So let's check this out.
What's the deal with airplane peanuts?
Airplane peanuts.
So I had the scam at Sears. The door was right by the music department. Was right by the door. I would park right there and just walk in. And every day I would take the Bruce Springsteen 4-package collection. It was like the hit of this. It was $99, like $89 for a Bruce Springsteen box. He's on the cover with a guitar in his hand. How do I remember? Because Bruce Springsteen put a lot of money in my pocket that year. There were displays of Bruce Springsteen, 5 at a time, and I would pick them up and walk out there. And I would go right to the hill, get my $200, and then I would go eat like a fucking sandwich or something. It was destruction. But then I was out on bail on the kidnapping case. And I was running out of money. And I go, you know what? I'm going to go back up to the CD store. So I started robbing them every other day. It went on for about a week or two.
Not many people can just say that sentence. I started robbing them.
Oh, yeah. I would go to the
day.
CD store every other day. I didn't want to be a fucking pig.
No. Regulate yourself.
I had to go like every 2 or 3 days.
Monday, Wednesday,
At the
back a
student
little.
center, I was tormenting them because they would buy books secondhand, and I would just pick up a stack of books. I wouldn't even walk in the front door. I just bring them up, and I go, "My mother got me these, but I already got them. She wasn't thinking." And they go, "Do you want cash or a check?" You know what? I don't need the cash, but I'll take it. And they would give me back the money for the books plus tax.
What's it like to not have a conscience? What's that? That's the greatest life. Your life is incredible until you get caught. But then you have the stories.
What is it that you want me to do to change that? Like, that's why it pisses me off that people go after governors for putting blackface on, or the chief fucking judge because he covered some chick's mouth in 1982. You got nowhere to go. So if he would have came out and said, "Yeah, in 1982, I choked the girl at a party," he would have he wouldn't have had to deal with that.
I don't know if it works in politics the same way.
Yes, it does.
It does.
Because it works in life that way. If you don't say it, if I get it out first, you got nowhere to go.
That helps. That can help.
You got nowhere to go. 8 Mile. When he goes, what are you gonna do when he goose on you about the girl? He goes, if you put it out there first, he's got nowhere to go.
Right. Yeah, because it diffuses the situation.
It diffuses
Trump
the
does that a
situation.
lot. You
Yeah.
watch Trump; he'll be like, "I did this," and he'll put a little spin on it to
spin
make
on
it
it.
my, his way. It happened. There was a lot. It was not my problem. And then people are like, "Yeah, he did it. So what?" What doesn't?
It's not who I am today, but thinking back at who that person was that would be out on bail for kidnapping and would go every other day to either the student center. Like one day I went to the student center and had a watch rack with watches, Timex, whatever the fuck. I picked up the whole thing and put it on my shoulder like a body in Vietnam, and I just walked out. If you're going to let me rob and you're not going to pay attention to me, I got to rob you in those days. I was that nuts in Boulder.
That's crazy.
And
But
then-
you're getting away with it. So why would you stop?
Getting away, I would control myself.
Yeah,
That-
sound like it.
that-
That's not controlling
that
yourself.
one
What do
thing.
you think controlling yourself is?
Dog, I would rob 24/7. I remember when double espresso machines came in '95. I was a struggling comic.
I don't even hold on. Let me
95.
digest this. Because you're going into stories about stealing 24/7, and then I remember when double espressos came
Yeah,
out.
because I had control. Before I got arrested and went to prison, I had no control. Like, that's when I got caught. So I'm out on bail for the kidnapping. I get caught with like 85 fucking CDs, and they chase me. Like a little black guy in a golf cart and a little white skinny guy. Like, come back. And I'm running, throwing CDs back at me and shit, trying to throw them off.
Like
of the
you're a
CD.
superhero?
Oh, my God. And they got me. The cops finally got me. And I gave them a fake name. They arrested me, and I processed. Now, I had just been in there for a month waiting to get bail. Every cop knew Joey. I went in there as Jimmy, and they're fingerprinting me, and I'm like, "How you doing?" They're like, "Joey, how you?" And I'm looking at the fingerprint card. It's like Jimmy, whatever, and I'm like, "These guys, if you're gonna be that stupid," and then I went back to court as that guy. I was younger, and I did coke. Oh, there was dick for fucking 4 hours.
Yeah.
You just were giving out dick. They're looking at you like, when is this gonna stop? And then when you do come, it's one of those long loads.
Yeah.
You ever have those loads? Like I used to be on probation, And there was a dude that was like a G.I. Joe dude that failed the police test, but his assistant was a good-looking woman. Like, she was kind of cute. If I was 30, she was like 38. Nobody talked to her in Boulder because she had like a wooden leg. Like her leg was kind of like she had like that little limp. But you could tell the bitch had game. Like, she could suck her cock. I would look in the eyes and I could tell this bitch is deadly, but nobody talks to her because of the fucking wooden leg. Or whatever the fuck she's got. She got shot in Vietnam. I didn't know what happened. I figured out how to fuck with the piss test. But with me, they had mirrors around me. They couldn't figure out what I was doing. So they sent her in. So before I would go in, I'd fucking do a half a jerk in the car and get my dick nice and big.
Yeah.
And then I'd sprinkle it the fucking
pool cleaner?
The pool cleaner or the fucking...
Doesn't sting your dick, the pool cleaner?
It did. I got scars. I got little holes in my dick. And, Drano.
Yeah.
I would grind it up. I would fucking put it under my dick and then pull the skin back and it would fall into the piss test and zap it. But before I would piss, I would take the hammer out and show it to her. Like, what do you think? What do you think? There's something nice. And she would look at it and look around the room. And not like I knew I was going to end up sleeping with her or swapping spirit with her because I flirt with her. Nobody talked to the woman because she had a fucked up leg. I'm on probation. I'm delivering Chinese food and I'm slinging coke at the same time at the Chinese restaurant. So I would have you call the Chinese restaurant and say, "Can I talk to Joey? Yeah, what's up? Oh, you want egg drop soup? Whatever." The cocaine would be hidden under the egg drop soup so that if I got in trouble, the Chinese people got in trouble. I didn't put it in the bag. This was when I was out already, out of prison. One night I knock on the door and who answers the door? It's her. And she goes, "Oh my God, it's so great to see you. How have you been?" And I go, "It's great to see you." Man, I gave her a hug and I put the Chinese down and she goes, "What are you doing with your life?" I go, "I'm getting divorced, but I got into stand-up comedy and I'm trying to deliver food to make a living." And she's like, "Oh, that's so sweet. You and her broke up? Oh, you must need a hug." And as I started hugging her, we started swapping spit. And I touched a little monkey, and I could feel nobody had even touched the monkey.
Swapping spit.
Steam started coming up. And I started fingering that motherfucker like a savage. I put it down slowly, and I pop her pants. I take her tit out. She's got one big fucking tit. I'm sucking her tits. I'm fucking
story.
I'm fingering at the same time. So while I'm fingering her, I take her pants down, but I go, I don't want to see what the other leg is. So I took the leg off of the good leg, and I left the fucking bad leg covered because I don't want to know what it is. If she's got like a pole under there, one of those fucked up feet. So I picked up a fucking leg and I started eating her pussy. The clit fucking was huge. I'm sucking on it like a piece of bubble gum. I look up at her and she's like this, Christine, like with her mouth open. I go, now's the time to put the helmet in that fucking mouth. So I switched up. I started two-finger Louie her, and I went around her and I put that fucking hammer in her mouth, and she didn't know what to do. She was like,
"Holy shit!"
And at that time, I was trying to fucking lift weights and shit, so I wasn't jerking off. Cause
this dude should write a novel. Holy shit. He's something else. Let's carry on.
Somebody told me not to jerk off, that your protein. I was retarded.
Yeah.
You know, I'm retarded.
Yeah.
And when I came in the mouth, it was one of those loads, Christine, that don't stop. You ever have one of those things?
I know, Christine.
And you're sucking it with your eyes closed, and then after a minute you open it up because you're like, when is this going to stop? And I could look at her swallowing it, and it was endless. It was fucking endless. It was just a load of death. It was like a month and a half of not coming. There was Valium in there and Xanax and fucking
Well, it's so nice seeing you, Joey. Thanks for stopping by.
She looked at me. She started getting a little dizzy.
Oh my God.
I was selling Valium at the time. I was taking like 100 milligrams of Valium a night. When I shot in her mouth to put her in a trance, she was glassy-eyed. She gave me a $3 tip, and I left, and I never saw her again. She must have ate that Chinese food and slept for a week.
Oh my God.
Oh,
You got any dates coming up you want to plug?
You can still
You got a Twitter handle?
You
You
can
wanna
still
plug
feel what
that?
that nut felt like, I bet, right?
oh, it was like a 3-minute nut.
But wait a minute, you didn't even bang her? You
No,
didn't put it in her
no.
vagine?
No.
No,
Well, that's-
Let me tell you, the
unloaded
pussy eating was tremendous.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I licked her ass.
Sorry, I blacked out at some point. I didn't
No,
listen
sure.
closely.
Once I
enough.
shove my tongue in your ass, you black out. It's like you're 14 and your uncle's molesting you. You know. You just black out and let happen what's gonna happen anyway.
Holy shit.
And he had a name. He was one of those kids that he got stuck in his mother's pussy. So they had to use one of those forks to take his head out.
The tongs, the jaws of life.
His head
They got the jaws of life.
what was his name? Vinnie Warhead. They used to call him his name. So they called him Vinnie Warhead on the street. He was a little bit of a tart, but he was okay. He had a little drool to him and shit. So he wanted to be a fireman. That was his dream. I want to be a fireman. I want to be a fireman. I want to be a fireman. So they wouldn't make him a fireman, so they made him a volunteer fireman. But they gave him like a shield just to like appease him and shit.
They gave him
Like,
that.
no, the hat wouldn't fit.
I was gonna say, would the helmet fit?
That was the problem. They had to give him like a Halloween hat. Like a witch's hat. So it could, if he got hit in the head with a brick, it would hurt him. So he sued the town of North Bergen because they wouldn't make him. He got his fucking diploma, but he sued the town of North Bergen because they wouldn't make him a fireman because they couldn't find a helmet to fit his head. So Vinnie Warhead said, fuck it. They gave him a little money to go away. So when Vinnie...
They paid him off.
They paid him
They
off.
gave him the Michael Jackson
They
money.
gave-
They gave him the Michael
They gave him
Jackson.
like $25K to get a bicycle and a dog.
That's it? Just
service dog.
$25K?
I swear to my mother's grave.
That's all it takes to
So
give
he
up
was-
your dream.
So he was a volunteer fireman. They thought he would forget all about it, but no,
right.
he was showing up at the fires. So about a month
He
into,
wasn't even going in on the trucks. He would just show
no.
up.
He would just show up with like a truck with lights on it and shit. And then after a year, he started lighting his own fires.
Oh no!
Just to put him out. Just
No, and he would call the fire department. And before they get there, he come out running from the trees. And he'd go, I should be a fireman with his little witch hat on. He'd be yelling with his little witch hat on. I'm a better fireman than you guys. I got here before you, and I don't even have a house and a ladder with a speaker. Dog, I think he killed himself. They fucking arrested him and shit.
Jesus.
And poor little Vinnie Warhead iced himself. I think. I don't know the whole story. This is United LAX to Newark. I'm sitting there. The plane lands. The plane's about to land, and I take my phone out. And I turn the phone on. And the guy in the window seat says, and I look at him and he goes, turn the phone off. A German guy. There's two German guys sitting next to me. They were fucking, whatever the fuck language they talk. Nazis, Jew haters, whatever the fuck they are. And they're both sitting there fucking hocking each other to death, fucking he-ho and whatever the fuck they do with their hands and shit. So, finally, can you believe this? He goes, not even excuse me.
Yeah.
Sir, we might get in trouble. He goes, turn the phone off. And I go, what? And he goes, turn the phone off. And the guy in the middle goes, did you not hear him? Turn the phone off. I go, bro, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? I go, don't ever fucking tell me to do anything. Go fuck you and fuck him. And they're both going, wait till we get off the plane. We'll see. I go, well, we'll fucking see. And the stewardess is like, is there a problem? And I go, this fucking hump tried to tell me to turn the fucking phone off. And she's like, control your language and all this. I'm like, no. I'm not controlling my language. Don't ever fucking tell somebody. You ask them. And the guy kept talking. And finally I go, what if I got up and just kicked you against that fucking door right now? Because you're in the last seat. I wouldn't be saying a word if I was you. Because if I start swinging, I could be a fucking madman. Why are you talking if you're in the third seat in the fucking aisle? All I see you is holding your hands up and me stomping on you. That's all I see. You got a no-win situation. You could be Johnny MMA. I get the first drop on you. That leg weighs 265. Once it goes into you, I'm going to keep putting my leg into you and kicking you and your fucking Hitler buddy here. So the fucking stewardess comes, separates us. Because I told him.
How long ago was this?
This had to be.
Last week.
No. Around that time. This was like an instant.
Okay.
I kept having. The Sopranos was hotter than hell.
Yeah.
At that time. So I was having different fucking incidents every other fucking week. Some of them were good. Some of them were people busting my balls about the Soprano, that you were the guy. Take
Big
a
puss,
picture.
yeah.
Yeah. It was just like an ongoing. So now they separate us on the plane. Because I told the guy, what if I started kicking you right now? What are you going to do? Are you retarded? You can't be that fucking stupid. Talking all that shit in the fucking third seat. I wouldn't say a word. I'd wait till I get in the hallway where I got an even chance. But that's how stupid you are. So the stewardess comes over. She gets me up, and sure enough, you got to sit here until the police have been notified.
What?
God damn it. So now I'm aggravated because my friend, in those days, we had no dough. You had to have your friend circle like a fucking strutz around the airport. So I'm like, you know, my friend's waiting for me. They go, no, you're the last guy to board. You're unboarding with the pilot. So we get up, and I forgot. I'm in New Jersey. So as soon as I see the cops, all I got to do is get to them first. All I got to do is get to that cop first and let him hear me. So that's exactly what I did. I went right up to the cop, and I go, this fucking guy. The cop's like, what's the problem here? This fucking guy tried to tell me to turn the phone off, and the guy started with his fucking white shit. Well, the phone is not supposed to be turned on. I'm like, shut up. I'm like, first of all, you're the fucking away team, motherfucker. Once I said that, it was on. I go, you're the away team. You got no say in this. This is Jersey. You don't tell somebody from Jersey to turn the fucking phone off. Fuck this guy. Fuck him. Don't ever fucking talk to somebody like that. And the cops were like, he's got you there.
Yeah.
So the one cop walked them, and the one cop walked with me, and I just kept saying shit. Remember, you're the away team, motherfucker. Don't ever forget that shit. We got you.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. He was like, his fucking stories. He gets so graphic with the fucking delivery, whatever the hell he had going on with the limp leg or whatever. Like, this dude has stories, like fucking firefighter stories, and then fucking away team and all of that. Like, I might. I might have to do more of this fucking Joey Diaz until I run out or something. No, I can't do that. I got other people to please, right? But you know what? Fuck all that. I do me. So if you watch me do a video, it's because I wanted to do it. You can hit me up with a suggestion, and if I think it's a good suggestion, I'll go ahead and do it. But I do what I want. Anyways, if you enjoyed this content, go ahead and hit me up with some thumbs up. And better yet, go ahead and subscribe, because I'm running a special right now and it's free. But like I said, go ahead and hit me up with a suggestion. Let me know, like, hey, you should hit up this guy. And you know, I might do it. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, you guys take care. Peace out.